Hello everybody and welcome to another video. My name is Nicolett Electra. Hello, how are you guys? And today we are going to talk about another photography tip here for y'all. First, before we dive in though, as always, I would like to say that I am filming from my kitchen and it is time for me to move to a different spot and not be always in my kitchen. But for the time being, we are here and it's Sunday and I do plan on cooking later, so I do have some of my lovely vegetables back behind me. So if you think you see cauliflower, you probably do. If you think you see carrots, you probably do. If you think you see anything back there, you probably do. So disregard the mess in the back, but we are here and we are ready, and let's talk about photography. Shall we? Let's do it. So today's topic of discussion is going to be going into your photo shoot with a vision. Going into your photo shoot with something new you want to learn. Going into your photo shoot with a purpose and the value that there is in doing that. So contrary to most people who are probably starting out their photography, I think it's incredibly important to go in with all of those things. A purpose, a vision, and something new that you want to learn. Without those 3 points, you kind of go into these photo shoots blindly. Even if you're going in there and you're just starting off and you're just trying to take photos of your friends and oh, I love my people, whatever, there's a value in going in with trying to do something different. That's the only way that you are going to expand your portfolio, expand your knowledge, extend your power in photography, is if you go in there with the purpose and a vision. If you don't, you're gonna get some lackluster images. What I wanna show you guys in this video is some of my really early on works, and just past works in general that I feel like have a sense of lackluster. While I'm grateful that they, contribute to a point in my life, I also wish that there was a purpose to the photo shoots. And I remember leaving from these sessions a little bit upset with myself for not putting in that planning or that vision, etc. First example that I would like to give to you guys on that note is for a photo shoot series that I had done for a clothing line that I had actually started. We were doing a concert series for the clothing line Hamos, and I had like 5 artists, I think, performing, in which I wanted to get photo shoots of each of the artists so that we can use them to promote the new merch that they were wearing. So in this first example, you'll see this is my good friend Alice, aka Lida, really dope musician. She was a part of the photo shoot, and on her design for the actual t-shirts themselves, she had paper cranes on it. And so she decided, you know what, I want to incorporate these cranes within my photo shoot. And so she came with a bunch of paper cranes and we just made the best out of it. This was a studio session. And so for those of you who maybe haven't done a studio session, it's very generic. It's very generic. You have got to get creative. If you are working in the studio, you have to. If you don't, it's just kind of, it can come off very blasé and just kind of like student portraits. So her coming with these paper cranes and us messing with it, we were able to get some photos that I remember leaving and being so proud of. I remember pushing for, hey, make sure you come with props, because my first photo shoots that I had done, which are here, they were very generic. I remember inviting everybody over to the studio and telling them, hey, let's go ahead and take these photos, yada yada. If you got an idea, come with the idea. And that wasn't enough for them to bring certain props along, which is fine. But I remember leaving the shoot and being like, dang, like, I wish I would have brought props. I wish I would have pushed and said, hey, bring this, bring that, bring the other. And they just, to me, were basic. While I do think that their emotions were really fun, they were really exciting, but I remember thinking to myself, I wish that I did more. So that goes to show you, it was the same project, but having those variations and adding the different elements made those photos more interesting. Another great example that I can showcase that had a lack of vision versus having a source of vision was some of my studio work now. My most recent example that I have is I did a beauty shoot. I did 2 beauty shoots. And on the first beauty shoot, I had the intention of experimenting with lighting. Once I was there at the shoot, the makeup artist and the hairstylist, they did a great job, did their hair, did their makeup, great. But there was a point where I remember thinking to myself, man, I am super stressed and I need to rush this. And it's a silly thing to think, but I just felt like, oh, my studio time is coming almost to a close. Knock this out, do what you gotta do. I didn't experiment with the lighting as much, and I remember coming home and thinking, man, these could have been better. And I was upset with that. I thought, dang, like I did this to myself, shoot. The next example was just a few weeks later, I did another beauty shoot, and in that shoot I had a lot more time to sit there and just mess with lighting and change background colors and change all of that stuff. And when I look at those photos in comparison to the photos that I taken before, there is a clarity, there is a definition that is in her skin tone, that's in her hair, that is way different than the first shoot. And it just goes to show you that when you want to learn something, you need the time. You need the time, and you need to go in there with the vision and the idea of like, hey, I want to mess with lighting, and I'm going to do that regardless of if my studio time is almost done. I'm going to extend that studio time because I need to learn. End of story. And what I mean by vision as well, let me clarify. If you have an idea and you say, for example, I'm going to go into this photo shoot and the purpose that I want to achieve is getting a lot of nice close-ups. I want to get nice directional lighting. I want to use a reflector in a silver tone and see how that works on the skin. Things of that sort. Moral of my story today is in your next photo shoot, try your best to have a vision. Try your best to have a purpose, to have a vision that you can push and learn something new from. Because if you don't, you're going to kind of stay in the same place in your photo space of thinking, you know what, I got the best photos in the world, yeah. The answer is no. There's always somebody better, and what better way to get yourself to be better than by testing yourself and trying to learn new things. I had a lot of mentors early on who just kept pushing me. Brandon, if you're watching, you're one of those. He was telling me for years, you know what, you need to use strobes. Go use strobe lights. And I remember thinking to myself, I don't want to use strobes. I have these like continuous lights and they look good and I'm cool with it. But as soon as I tried a strobe for the first time, I was done. I was like, why would I use continuous lighting ever in my life? This is the best. I love it. Of course, do I use continuous lighting still? Yes. What am I using right now? A ring light. But my point is that you gotta just try new things. You gotta try new things, and you gotta go into your photo shoots with a vision and a purpose. Because if you don't, you're gonna get lackluster photos. So, in the comments down below, please let me know what is going to be your next vision for your next photo shoot. What is something that you want to learn through your next photo shoot? What do you want to experiment with? And I just look forward to seeing that because it's so important, especially when you are a starting photographer, to learn those different things and to just try different things. So thank you guys for tuning in. I promise we're going to get more adventurous with our videos, but as of lately, I just haven't been in the mood to bring a camera around, but in due time. But if you guys like this video, please go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and subscribe. That's the only way that I know that you guys want me to continue. So there you go. Y'all have a good rest of y'all's day. Thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to seeing all of your comments down below. See ya!